Let's make an old-fashioned the way it would be served at a bar in Wisconsin. As far as I understand, if you do not specify what wash you want, they will assume sweet. And as the educated barfly's friend said,
I'd be happy to share my thoughts with you again, but I'm not sure why people are so interested in the Wisconsin Old Fashioned. It's essentially a repeated bastardization of the Old Fashioned to the point where it's really more of a highball with fruit muddled in. I guess it's actually kind of interesting just because there are so many different elements. It's such an inelegant hodgepodge of different styles of drinks. But really it just sprouted from laziness and bad info and people trying to make a stiff drink more approachable. Any attempt to dress it up or make it more elegant is to miss the point. It should be made with cheap ingredients and bad ice because that's the way it was born. I love it and hate it, and everyone who cares about cocktails should both love it and hate it too.
It should be made with relatively cheap ingredients. Therefore, we are not going to be using fancy cherries. We will be using some neon red maraschino cherries. Another 1/4 ounce of simple. And because of all the sweetness, a lot of Wisconsin Old Fashions have way more bitters than is normal for an Old Fashioned. So at least 4 dashes of bitters for our Wisconsin Old Fashions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Muddle this up again, trying to avoid the orange peel. Make sure you crush up the cherry, press down on as much of the fruit as possible, have it release all of its juices. As much as we want the oils from the peel, we really don't want to press down on the white pith. And as mentioned, a Wisconsin Old Fashioned is not only much more similar to a mid-century Old Fashioned than a normal Old Fashioned, it is also made with brandy instead of bourbon. And not just any brandy, a sweet California brandy is more suited to a Wisconsinite's palate. Specifically Korbel brand, because Korbel is the most famous brand there. 2 ounces of Korbel. Incorporate all those ingredients together. Try to get the fruit suspended into the mixture instead of just laying on the bottom. Top with a splash of soda water. We're not trying to dilute this too much. Just a splash. You do want to leave a little room on the top because we are going to make another flag. Just float that into the drink. There we go. And this is what you would be served if you were to ask for an Old Fashioned in Wisconsin. Cheers. I don't want to offend the people of Wisconsin, but let me try that again. Maybe I just got I needed to cut through the Sprite. It's too sweet. I can barely taste the Korbel. As far as I understand, I'm not much of a brandy drinker. It's a decent, cheap brandy. It is a good budget choice. It's rated as a good budget choice, but it's very light. It has like a sort of appley grape, vanilla cinnamon thing going on here, and I can barely detect that at all. Yeah, no, I can barely taste it. The vanilla comes through cleanly. Nothing else does. You're drinking orange juice and candy cherry juice with a waft of vanilla. I can barely taste the Sprite in it too. I think I got the Sprite right at the top, but because it's not mixed in, you just sip the Sprite right away. You sip the Sprite right away, and it's not at all mixed into the concoction. And so it's okay, I had a little bit of Sprite, but now I get to the rest of the cocktail, and the cocktail is, for me, not my taste. I don't like it.